So pleased to have at the table Jeff and Zoe Butchen. Thank you so much for being here. The topic of this discussion is Parkinson's disease. So let's find out when you were diagnosed and did you know something was wrong? So let's start with your story. How were you diagnosed?
My story is a little interesting. I had actually gone with my wife to the doctor. Something was up with her, nothing major, and the doctor had turned to me and said, "How's your tremor in your left hand?" And he never said anything to me before. And I was kind of surprised that he had brought that up, and I asked why, and he said, "You have a benign familial tremor." And I said, "What is a benign familial tremor?" And he explained that it was nothing to worry about, and that I should just basically disregard it, but he just wanted me to put my hand out, and it was still sort of twitching a little bit. And then I had noticed my left arm stopped swinging when I was walking, which I thought was a little unusual.
How old are you at the time?
This was 51. I'll be 53, so this was about a year and a half ago.
Early onset?
Early onset. And yeah.
So what happened then? So he talks about a tremor.
Yep.
And is something going off in your head he's thinking something's wrong, or you dismissed it and you just went about your
I dismissed
day?
it and just went about my day, but then as I started to say the left arm not swinging was a little bit of an alarm to me, so I Googled it. And I'm not a Googler. I don't check everything and self-diagnose, but it said that it could be indicative of Parkinson's disease. So I actually called him, and he's a great doctor, I said, "Would you be offended if I wanted to go see a neurologist?" And he said, "Of course not, but I don't think you need anything to worry about." And I went to see the neurologist, and he did an exam and sat me in his office. He says, "I would like to refer you to my associate." And I said, "Why?" And he says, "I think this is more than a familial tremor." And I asked what he thought it was, and he said, "I think it's Parkinson's disease."
Now what are you thinking?
It was very interesting. That was the only time in the year and a half that I've had this that all the blood rushed from my head to my feet. Since then, I've been totally positive. We can't change the cards that we're dealt. And I've been trying to make the best out of the situation, and it's been okay. So, other than that moment, it's been okay.
Zoe is your daughter,
She is.
14 years old. Zoe, when did you find out that your dad had Parkinson's, and did you ask a lot of questions?
I don't remember. He didn't ever tell me. He kind of waited a little bit before he sat us down and with my mom and my brother. I was not expecting it. It came out of nowhere. It was just at the kitchen table one night, and he just kind of let it out, and I never really noticed it. I mean, I noticed that his hand was shaking a little bit, but I didn't think anything of it, and it was just kind of shocking, and everything was going through my head, like, what is it? Is everything going to be okay? And he and my mom both explained it, and I mean, we've been getting through it as a family, so.
You seem like a positive family. So you start to mobilize, you get involved with the Michael J. Fox Foundation. What starts to happen? Because you get past it, you say, okay, our family's gonna be okay. You are very positive. How did you mobilize? What did you do next?
Well, that's your story.
Take it, Zoe.
Well, I kind of thought, because I mean, I do Relay for Life in my town a lot, so for the American Cancer Society, so that's an event that I really love doing. So I thought, well, now I have a connection to another disease, so let me try and see if I can do something and maybe start something, because there was nothing that I knew of that directly connected to Parkinson's disease. So I am a big fan of Taylor Swift, and her song Shake It Off had come out, and it was kind of like a joke in the family that we always said, like, Dad, just shake it off, it's no big deal. And then the video came out, and it was all these people dancing and just having a good time, and not really professional or anything, just kind of having fun. So I kind of made the connection. Dad's hand shakes, and the people are shaking and dancing. So I tried to connect the song, and
you have a challenge out there to
Yes.
all of America, I mean, including Connecticut, to do what?
To dance, shake, and donate. So it's gonna be, well, it is kind of like the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. So you make a video of yourself dancing and shaking for about 30 seconds, and then you post it on social media, and you nominate people, and hopefully it'll spread all over the world to raise money.
And you're raising money.
Yes.
It's getting going.
Over 23,000 right now.
Okay, so you have this 14-year-old daughter who's mobilizing, who's doing something. How does that make you feel?
I never thought I'd be the poster child for Parkinson's disease. I didn't hide it. I know a lot of patients don't offer the information that they have it. But I would share it with close friends and appropriate family and such. I shared it with my colleagues at work. And then when she approached me with the idea, it was clear that it was something I had to do. I had to embrace this and support her and her vision and try to make lemonade out of lemons. So it's been...
Where does the positiveness come from?
I'm a blessed guy. I don't want to get emotional. I've got a great family. I've been blessed in the sense of a great structure with people that I work with, people that surround me, great friends. And if I put the good stuff on one side of the table and the bad stuff on the other, the table goes big time this way. So I have to recognize that we can't change our cards that we're dealt and make the best out of what you're given.
Is it in your family anywhere that you know of?
Supposedly. My grandfather, who I never met, he died when he was very young.
So how are you doing? I see a little bit of
Yeah.
shaking. Just put your hand up on the table, if you will.
So it tremors at, like, yeah.
Is this the most, does it go in and out?
It
How are
comes
you-
and goes.
How are you controlling it?
I can't control it, and it'll start to do it if there's pressure or tension, like there is sitting here, with you and being in this environment.
Relax.
It just does its own thing. But this isn't so bad, and hopefully, there's a saying that I guess when you meet a Parkinson's patient, you meet a Parkinson's patient. Every single one is different, and I may stay like this for a long time, or it may get worse. So we just don't know.
All right, so talking about Zoe mobilizing the entire state and the country for her dad, you guys are embarking on something in Ridgefield. This is exciting stuff. So Zoe, tell me about what you're going to do in Ridgefield.
So our mayor, Rudy Marconi, has agreed to shut down Main Street from 8:30 to 10:30 on November 22nd. So that's a Saturday morning. And there's hopefully going to be a ton of people that are just going to be on Main Street dancing and shaking and to the Taylor Swift song, Shake It Off. And there's going to be news crews and 98Q is going to be there. And it's hopefully going to be a really big turnout to spread the word.
Is it your endeavor to try to get Taylor Swift to see what it is that you're doing in the town of Ridgefield? And have you tried to reach out to her?
We have tried to reach out to her. But with her new album out, it's a little crazy for her. But we're hoping that in the future, when everything kind of dies down with her album a little bit, she'll maybe retweet it or recognize a video in some way. So.
Well, she has a house in Rhode Island. She's not that far away. I think she should show up and actually be on Main Street in Ridgefield for you.
We're counting
guys.
on you, Ann.
I'll do my best. So going forward, you've kind of talked about what your message is as a family, and to other folks that are going to be diagnosed with Parkinson's disease, what do you say to them?
It's interesting because we started, I met a wonderful woman and another couple, my wife and I did, at the Michael J. Fox Partners in Parkinson's that was taking place in New York City. And they live in Greenwich, and the four of us got together and we started a young onset positive Parkinson's support group. And we've met twice since. It's the American Parkinson's Disease Association has been great and instrumental in helping us put that together. Folks from the Michael J. Fox Foundation came up to talk to us, the group last meeting, about the latest in drugs and the latest in treatments and things like that. So it's a message of positivity. There's a lot of things that happen in this world, and you have to put things in perspective. And like I said earlier, when I look back and I think of having something like this in a crazy, warped way, I think it could be a blessing because I could make a difference. Maybe not for me, but maybe for my daughter and my son, or maybe for other parents or other people that might face this down the road.
Well, I wish you luck. I wish you thousands of people on Main Street in Ridgefield on November 22nd. Thanks so much for coming on.
You're welcome. And the key thing also, I was just going to say real quick, it's all available. The information in the donation link is on danceshakedonate.com.
It's all about research. Zoe, Jeff Butchen, thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you for supporting.
You betcha.
Spend one this in. Who is this girl? Spend all night kissing, and if one was right here, then who else is missing? Got a little sidetracked if I'm so wishing to find the keys to the door, but it's also a metaphor. Need to keep locked in the grocery store of my mind. Just to save time. skip right ahead to the last ride. The harder we look, the less we can see. Don't you know, you know, you